YouTube.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll be able to mute myself here on Facebook. Maybe that's something we can. All right. There. All right. Felix, do me a favor, mute yourself so I can go ahead and properly introduce you. Welcome everyone to Soundbath Sundays.
How do I mute myself?
I got you. I got you. This is our first time doing multi telecasting because we are on Zoom and we are live streaming from Zoom into YouTube, and now we're on another device live streaming into Facebook. And I'm going to take my monitor off because it's making me crazy hearing myself 3 times in a row. So I am so honored to have this guest here with us today. His name is Felix Vasserman. And I met Felix a few years ago when my handpan coach invited me to a gathering, a handpan gathering in Central Park. I was like really new at playing the pan, and my coach said it would be a good experience for me to meet other pan players, and it was going to be so much fun, and he would meet me there. Well, Miguel did not meet me there, but I met the most wonderful people in that gathering, and the organizer was indeed Felix. And we had a conversation after I heard him play, and I was in awe of his talent, and more than his talent, his heart when he played. It just gave me, you know, the truth bumps when you hear someone play and you're like, oh my gosh, this is really touching my heart. And Felix has that. And I was like, where do you play? And he's like, I don't. I'm like, what do you mean you don't play? It's like, go and play at yoga studios. Just go play wherever you can find a place to play. Now, I'm really good at giving advice and sometimes not so good at following my own advice, but my advice is usually really awesome. And sometimes people follow it and sometimes people don't. But Felix not only followed through on that, I think by next week he was playing at a yoga class. And after that, he was just off. You know, he literally took off. He is the most devoted, conscientious handpan student that I've ever seen. He practices all day long. He has, I don't know, maybe he'll tell you how many handpans he actually has, because I think he has like 30. And you can see them in the back. If you're on YouTube, you can see them. And he's just, and he has the most incredible, that guitar thingy that I never know the name that is right behind him is like, I want to learn to play that because it's amazing, the sound that comes out of it. So every time I meet up with Felix, he either has some new instrument, some new pan, and he's working at it. And ladies and gentlemen, the music and the heart that comes out of Felix is just amazing. And you're gonna, I mean, I can talk all I want, but when you experience it, you'll be throwing those hearts at us because it is just amazing. Now, I know that today is a very particular day in the cosmos, especially in the US. I'm not going to leave that, I'm not going to not talk about this. I'm going to acknowledge that we are in a very painful process where I believe in my heart, or I want to believe in my deepest entrails, that we are going to very soon become or embody what I believe that it is to be a human being, not a human doing, and not a monster. And it is a painful process, and it hurts my heart to see how people behave and what people do and the excuses they use for to destroy. I understand that this is a simmering, it's like a cooking pressure cooker that is exploding, and I understand the rage, and I understand I understand and I feel it. And if it is true that what we focus on expands, which I believe so much, the reason why I'm not going to go and do a rant or anything else like that, it's because I would be keeping the focus on something that I find so incredibly painful that it's not worth it. I am going to focus on love, and I'm going to focus on magic and miracles, because God knows we need some right now. Anyway, enough of that. I it is my immense pleasure to introduce to you the amazing, the unequaled Felix Vasserman. Thank you, Felix, for being here today. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and turn it over to you.
Okay. You can hear me now? Good. Perfect. Perfect. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share music, giving me this opportunity to step out of myself once again and try to be comfortable in front of camera, in the front of people. And yes, going back, I believe 2016, we met in Central Park, and I'll never forget the conversation we had. Um, when you asked me if I play and where I play, I remember I gave you all the reasons why I don't play and I don't want to share and I'm not a musician, all the barriers that I had not to be able to share music. And you definitely inspired me and encouraged me to basically get out of the way, remove myself from myself and be able to share. Just do what you love without any judgments and just being able to offer music. And ever since, I'm no longer telling people I'm not a musician, I'm not good, I'm a beginner. I just share, it's something I create and something I share. And thank you so much. You're a huge inspiration for me. So this is what I'm going to do now. As some of you know, some may not know, these instruments are fairly new. They were designed in around the year 2000. They're very interesting because they're not ethnic instruments. They don't belong to a certain culture. They mostly belong to generation. So they're used for pure self-expression, for creating and composing music, and now they're making their way into different musical genres. But essentially, they are pure self-expression. You can't do anything wrong on them. So I'll play. This is a rough drum, what it's called, tongue drum, very different from a hand pan. Thank to my parents. And here we go. you. Thank you. Is the sound okay? It's loud enough?
It's amazing.
Beautiful, thank you. I'm gonna play one more thing for you guys. And this is gonna be on a handpan. This is D Celtic minor. Something I've been practicing, and sometimes, you know, it's that you watch people post exercises and you practice them and they become compositions. So this is one of the exercises for the groove that I've been practicing, and kind of became a little composition, so I'll share it with you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely good feeling to be able to share and be present in a moment. It's good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Felix, so much. It's such an honor to have you here. Thank you, everybody. My peeps over on Facebook, hang in there. Felix, hang in there. I'm gonna end here on YouTube. Everybody, thank you so much for being here today, and we will see you next week on another episode of Soundbath Sundays featuring Raji Malik. All right, guys. See you next week.